So here we are again in the lounge. As I said before, if you've watched the other videos in this series. And what I want to continue on talking to you about is how we are accepted in the Beloved. And so God only ever sees us there. He sees nothing wrong with you. There is no spot in thee. That's what he says to you. You are altogether lovely. But you're right now saying, I'm not altogether lovely. This is wrong and that's wrong and I can't get that right. And my life is a mess. But you see, my darling, he sees you in his Son. That's where he placed you. That's where he sees you. And that's where he speaks prophetically to you. He doesn't come into the mess that is your life right now. He stands some years up the track there and says, come here and see what I see now. Walk towards me asking. Walk towards me believing. Walk towards me seeing what I see. Your old person is gone, dead, buried, finished, finito, gone. You are a new creation in the Christ. Yeah, sometimes you're walking up the aisle with the odd fish heads attached to your ankle and chain, but he'll deal with all that stuff. You live in the new. You live in a place of acceptance and approval. You are blood-bought. You have a new DNA. You have a hope and a future. You have a destiny. And this time, while you are here, no matter how difficult your personal circumstance may be right now, is a training ground for you. And you can either be under that circumstance or over it. Personally, I'd choose to be over it and have the circumstances under my domination rather than be dominated by it. If you want to hear more about that, you might catch me on Facebook, Sovereign Ministries, Beryl. And I'm doing a little series on what it means to be in the school of the Spirit, because that's what we're talking about. The school of the Spirit, where we live our lives from a different place, not subject any longer to the circumstances, or indeed to what's happening in the world. Because we're heavenly people, aren't we? So we're going to get our information from there, not from the earth anymore. But it takes us a while to make the change. He's very patient. But you have a hope, a future in this life and in the life to come. Wow, you're the invincible bride of Christ. You're going to reign and rule with him, my darling. You're being trained to reign right now. And you girls, you might want to think about your wedding dress. Might want to get excited about the wedding you're going to. And your bridegroom. There's enough to start your heart beating fast, thinking about your bridegroom. There's always a different way to look at these things, you see. And God's never, ever negative about you. He never ever criticises you. He never ever sees anything wrong with you. He just sees the things that don't look quite like Jesus just now, and he sets about putting those right. So how about determining to cooperate with his work in you instead of fighting it? Lay down your arms and surrender to mine, he says. Sounds like a good idea to me. God bless you till we meet again.